What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and I do apologize for the late video, but the patch notes just dropped in the Korean forums for what we're going to be getting in this update, and I thought we'd go over it, guys, and talk about it now. Not everything is completely transparent to me because I do have to translate this from Korean to English, but as you guys can see, you know, we're getting Akira, and he's actually a yellow, and Pai Chen is actually a purple. So we now know that, you know, whenever we see certain colors, at least on those trailers, that it really doesn't indicate exactly what color we're going to be getting, because originally we thought that Jackie was going to be a yellow, and he might still be, and we thought Akira was going to be a red, but Akira is a yellow attacker and Pai Chen is actually a purple defensive character. So Akira is probably going to be quite the sought after character just because of that color. They look fantastic, but we got some wild stuff coming in this update. We have their 3PGs, which look absolutely awesome, guys. Love this artwork, and get a load of the retro, right? Get a load of this retro that we're going to be getting, right? I'm not exactly sure if these are going to be in the Rush Dungeon or if they're going to be in the banner, but let's read a little bit further. We have the option cards. I love this artwork with Mai and Sarah. This looks wonderful. And then this is really, really cool. I really like what they did here. And then we get into the Polygon versions, guys, and both these characters are balance type fighters. We have a blue balance and we have a purple balance, which is pretty funny. And then you guys might notice we have a little something else, which is a Polygon version of Kim, who is a green balance fighter. And then we have a Polygon version of my man Rugal, which, guys, you know, I'm simping right now a little bit. That is a yellow attack fighter, right? If my translations are correct, right? So that's actually pretty wild that we're going to be able to get them. There's some really good news surrounding these Polygon characters also, guys. And then they got the 3PGs for these characters, the Polygon version. So cool, man. And then we have these option cards. Like, this is a really different, unique update that we're getting here. And you guys can take a look at these option cards and look at this artwork again. Oh my God. I know it's Virtua Fighter, but come on, man. I'm simping over my boy. I'm simping. You guys know I'm a Rugal fan. And then we have this card set right here, right? So this set card available for purchase at the Rush event exchange. This exchange can be purchased with coins obtained through the Virtua Fighter Rush event. So this is going to be the Rush Dungeon cards, I believe. And that other set that we saw, the retro set, is actually going to be in the banner. If I am reading this correctly, again, guys, this is on the Korean forums, right? And then you guys can scroll down here. You can take a look at these attacks or these buffs from these 3PGs. And God almighty, man, like after you use 12 seconds at the end of the skill, increases base attack damage by 50%. And again, translations might be a little off compared to the English, but I don't have the English ones just yet. And then the strike active skill damage increased by 50%. This is massive. And then after use for 12 seconds at the end of the skill, all enemies deal 1% damage, frostbite, electric shock, divinity every 200 seconds. So lots and lots of dots. So we do know that they do have dot on them just from this right here. And then we have evil annihilation. Love that name. After using the skill for 10 seconds, your attack speed is increased by 15%, giving all enemies a 3-second fear effect. Really, really cool. And then Hell Demon is a target. Burn, frostbite, poison, electric shock, bleeding target. Each type granted will take 200% more damage. So again, showing some more of that dot, which is pretty interesting, right? That's sounds pretty OP. And then you can exchange the new set card, exchange points below, right? I don't really want to get into that. And then you have this here, right? This is going to be the first banner, guys. It's going to be Akira and Pai Chen. And then I imagine in next week, it's going to be Jackie and Sarah. And so if you're waiting for those characters, you're just going to have to wait 1 week after tomorrow. And then we have the pickup rate, and obviously they're showing Akira and EX Pai Chen, right? They're showing all these other little things in here. It looks like we're also going to be able to get SS Mai in here, SS Kyo, SS Kula, SS Yuri, SS Terry. And this is actually really, really good whenever we're doing our pulls, because these characters could be very, very useful for an event that we are going to be getting in this update. And then we scroll down here, guys, and then we have a team relay dungeon, and they're showing Cam Cap on here. And they're also showing the characters, the Polygon characters, and then of course Akira and Pai Chen in here. So a collaborative team relay dungeon has been added where you can play up to 2 teams. Depending on the accumulated damage, you can get play rewards and accumulated record rewards. The dungeon will be reset every Tuesday, okay? So every week, just like the Alexandrite event, this is going to be just like the Alexandrite event, and we replace with a low fall style Kim Cap one with a different attribute. So again, different attributes, just like in the Alexandrite event, are going to be very beneficial in this update, right? And then you guys can see right here, guys, the BS and SS fighters active skills are greatly enhanced. They're active skills. So that really makes me wonder if that card that I had before that actually increased active skill damage on an all-star fighter is actually going to help. I'm actually going to be really curious about that. And then you can see the Polygon or the Virtua Fighter 5s are going to be increased damage, right? So these characters are going to have massive buffs. You can also see that the Virtua Fighters and Polygons are going to have reduced damage taken, plus the A1 finisher skill will not be available, just like in the Alexander event, guys. And then boss information: burn, frostbite, poisoning, bleeding, electric shock, darkness, and no bane, right? And then we scroll down here, guys, you can see break gauge. Break gauge is a gauge that increases when a boss is hit, and the gauge that decreases when hitting a normal combo increases. When all break gauges are reduced, the boss will go into groggy state, which will significantly increase the damage and increase the damage taken by strike skills. So characters with strike skills are also going to have a big benefit in this thing, right? And then they go into some more details. They show you guys the emblem as far as, what color is better than another color, right? And then I think this translation is a little off here, so I'm just going to skip this. And then you guys can see we have another little event here where this is a dungeon where you can have up to 5 fighters and strikers to challenge the boss for a certain amount of time. Depending on the amount of damage applied, you can get play rewards and high score rewards. The dungeon resets every day, and you can challenge it once a day. So we're going to be trying to get do as much damage in this game mode as possible. So having really strong fighters might be very, very beneficial. And it doesn't look like, if we're using Virtua Fighter characters or, the characters from this collaboration, if they're going to have an advantage in this or not. In that other event, that's similar to the Alexandria event that we had before, they definitely will have an advantage. But I don't know about this one here, guys. Again, with the Korean translations, things can be a little funky sometimes. But this is something new and different, and I'm really, really happy to see it. We'll see what the rewards are actually going to be in this thing. And then it says boss information, invitation style Sarah attempts to guard every certain amount of time and uses a finisher skill 12 seconds after the guard starts. After the end of the guard pattern, the weakness will be changed to attack, defense, and balance, and damage reduction received will be applied to fighter types other than the weak point type. Invitation style Sarah is immune to stun, petrify, freezing, and fear, and BS and SS fighters of active skill damage enhancement and active skill cooldown time are reduced. So, okay. We have a new boss showdown, guys, against Akira, it looks like. A collaboration boss showdown Akira will be added, where you can choose a challenge level and get a reward for clearing each stage, removing challenges that force challenger actions, and new challengers have been added. Awesome, guys. Nice to see the boss showdown coming back, so we'll see how difficult that's going to be. We're going to see what the rewards we can actually get in it. And then we have the engraved stones, guys. As far as the engraved stones, guys, I believe this is actually going to be critical damage increases. This is increased target damage received, I believe is what this actually is. And then also critical rate increases. This increases basic damage from basic attacks. This increases active skill damage. That's pretty cool. The increased basic damage basic attack is definitely a new one. And then we have Polygon imprint stones, which is pretty funny, man. Pretty interesting that we got Polygon imprint stones. I'm not going to really read the effects of these things, but you can see they're pretty similar to the other ones. And then we have a new super mission for returning fighters. Don't really want to get into that. Right? And then we have a welcome comeback special shop and mileage system will be added. Okay, interesting. This is going to be for new and returning players here. And then I'm not really sure exactly what that is, right? I mean, I know it's roulette, but don't really know what all entails in it. You guys can see all the little events that we're going to have here, which is pretty damn cool. And then we got some information about a shop here. I don't really want to go into all this, guys. Don't really want to get into all that. We'll just wait for the update before we talk about that. But as you guys can see here, I believe that's an EX generic memory is what I'm looking at here. And that's going to be this mileage reward when you reach all the way to the top. So maybe they're throwing out some kind of deal wherever you buy all these things, you can actually get EX generic memory, which would only be good for the spenders if that is the case. But that is what it looks like, right? Yeah. Comeback special attribute, EX memory, random box. Yeah, it's a random box, right? You don't know what color you're actually going to get, but you're going to get one. So, I mean, for spenders, that's pretty cool, right? That looks pretty cool for a spender. But for free to play, that's kind of a bummer, man. I really hope that, they do give away some good stuff in this event for the free to play players, like what they did in the last collaboration where we actually got a free A5 character. That was just insane. Like, if they'd done something like that again, that would be really awesome, but I just don't know, to be perfectly honest, from what I'm reading here, guys. And that's pretty much about it. And then we scroll over here and you guys can see the login event. You can see that we're going to get some collaboration tickets. You can see that we're going to get Akira on the first day, which is pretty cool. The battle card summon tickets here. All right, we scroll down. You can also see, guys, that these 3 characters are going to be in one of these events where we're going to use these tokens here to get these characters through this summons. So that's pretty cool. These are going to be some free characters that you're going to be able to get. How much of each one we're going to be able to get, I don't really know. Is it going to be random at the very end? I don't know. Do we get to pick and choose which one we want at the very end? I don't really know. But it's still pretty cool knowing that we're going to be getting free characters. I'm sure whenever the English translation comes out, which is probably going to come out right whenever I upload this video, we'll have a little bit better details about what this actually is. But it's still good to know that this is going to be free stuff that we're going to be getting, right? Right, so use Virtua Fighter 5 event summon coins obtained from various in-game contents, and you can get Virtua Fighter 5 event fighters and various items you need to grow. All right, and then we have the Rush Dungeon, guys, which is pretty cool. You can see we have the Rush Dungeon set in here, right, which is really, really nice. We also have some coins here. Pretty cool. And then we have a challenge dungeon, Virtua Tower, right? And they're showing 3 different towers here. So I'm really hoping there's some good stuff in here, man. But wow. So we got a lot to do. We got an Exaladrandrite event. We got a boss showdown. We have this. We have that other game mode that kind of looked like Spider Robot earlier. Kind of similar to it where you have, 5 different fighters on the team. So we got a lot to do in this update. And we scroll down here a little bit more, guys, and you can see here main rewards that can be obtained, challenge dungeons, cultivation venue, option card, martial arts learned from the father, a field of challenges, option card, Bryant siblings. And then in showdown, you can get 1,000 to 1,000 rubies. You can get dart weapon dealer option card. You can get the wicked or the in the sky option card. And you can get invitation style Akira's memory, 1 memory, I think, from the showdown, if this is translated correctly. So hopefully we won't need a whole lot of points to get that memory to level up Akira, because we're actually going to want to use him in that Alexandrite event. At least that's what I'm assuming. So that's actually pretty cool, right? And then we scroll down here. They're showing this event again, guys. And then, of course, they're showing this event right here again. And then we have, this here, where we get these 1,000 rubies, guys, where we can get Kim Kapwan, right, which is pretty cool. You can see that he is a green balance there. And you can see that it does go further down. Not sure exactly what rewards we're going to have down here, right? And then, of course, the event codex, as usual. And then we scroll down here, we have this event right here, guys, where, we're going to have to use these tokens to try to get memories for Akira. So it's actually really, really good. This is a random thing. We're going to have to see how many tokens we're actually going to get and how many memories we're actually going to get. But these things are always really, really good, really nice to have. You're going to be doing all your dailies, acquiring these tokens for this event to try to get Akira leveled up, which is still pretty cool. We got a nice little, this is pretty cool with Jackie Bryant. Nice, being the little speed racer that he is. That's pretty fun, right? Pretty cool. And then we have, crafting items here where you can craft a badge, craft stones. Then we have another little game mode here where we're going to be doing our dailies, acquiring these resources here to get more of these tokens for Sarah, which is really nice. And I know I'm kind of speeding through it, guys, but that's because I got to go to work really soon. And I want to talk about something else. We also have the return of Chapter 5. We also have the return of Dream Match, all right, which is pretty damn cool, right? We're going to have a new KOF pass. Don't really want to talk about that. We'll wait in a little bit, but you guys can see that Rugal is on that pass, which is interesting to me, right? And then they're showing a comeback pass right here. And I believe this is just for returning players. So us veterans, we're probably not going to get that right. And I believe that's pretty much about it, guys, as far as the update is concerned. I mean, there's a lot to go over in here. We'll definitely talk more about it when we actually get the update. And also, I know on my free-to-play account that I was able to acquire all of these things. This is my main account, but I was also able to acquire all these things on my free-to-play account. It remains to be seen what's actually in this thing. I might have missed over it in those patch notes. But guys, let me know what you think about those patch notes. Let me know what you think about everything that is coming. I know that I went over it pretty damn fast, and there's probably some things that I definitely missed, especially with the Korean translations. But I'm pretty happy with what I've seen so far. Let me know what you guys think, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. DJ+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.